Well, they don't look like me. They don't talk like me. They don't look like me. They don't talk like me. They don't look like me. They don't talk like me.
Welcome to the Comic Shop.
Yes, y'all. Cheer.
As every week, you can join us for our intakes and insights on the comic industry and comic book subjects. As always, I'm your co-host, Eugene Capon, with...
And I'm your partner in crime, Pat Mest. Good to see y'all. Good to be back. Always feels good to be right here, cramped over your desks, humping the mic. It's good
Humping
times.
the mic.
We're humping the shit out of this mic.
We need more equipment. We
It's
definitely
okay.
need more equipment.
It's okay. It's part of the hero's struggle. It's giving us... We're building character right now. This is what we're doing. We're building it.
We are.
Yeah,
Anyway, how was your week?
Not good.
Why?
Not good at all. It's a little hard to talk about, to be honest. I feel a little let down by myself, but here it is. I'm just going to get right to it. I was at the mall doing a little shopping.
Nice.
And I came across a display for the new Green Lantern movie at the FYE in the Alderwood Mall. And I saw a replica ring. And I was like, I gotta have it. $5, put me down. I want this fake ring. It's cool looking. It's big. You hit a button and it flashes the Green Lantern logo out of it.
Can I see that?
It's yeah, hold on. It's very cool. And I was really stoked for it. And of course, it came packaged in the clear plastic, really tight. I couldn't try it on before I bought it, but I was like, I'm sure it's fine. I was sorely mistaken. I bought the ring, and I tried to put it on my middle finger, which is the finger you're supposed to put it on. At least that's where Hal Jordan wears it, so that's how I would wear it. And it didn't fit. And most people would say, oh, well, it was just too small. That's not really your fault. And I beg to differ. I feel like that's saying something about me. I wasn't good enough. The ring did not choose me. It was not a mutual thing. I was not fearless enough to wear the ring.
I'm just going to say this is like a huge ring.
It's huge.
This is like a pimp ring.
Oh, yeah. If you hit someone with that, you cut them up.
Do you backhand hose with this?
Yes, I did have
This
to
is like-
slap Wonder Woman a few times.
This is like you stole it
She
off
was
Joan
getting a little out of
Rivers.
line. Yes. Wonder Woman was being a little bitch, and I had to keep her in line. So it happened, and I'm not ashamed about it. So yeah, not a good week.
I'm sure internal affairs at the Justice League will get onto that.
Good. I'll go before the board. Stand me up there. I got a great defense. But yeah, the ring, that hurt. And insult to injury, I could not return the ring for my money back. So it was a double blow on that. Big.
How does a ring this big not have a hole big enough for your finger?
I don't know. Maybe they intended it for people like 10 years younger, not a 24 and a half year old man. They didn't expect people like me to be buying that ring. So, or maybe I just got fat fingers. I don't know. But it's pretty disappointing.
And
I hope your week was better.
The power on it isn't even working all the time.
Yeah, it's a little...
This is like a really faulty, crappy ring.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
FYI.
Yeah. Or FYE. But yeah,
FYE.
Thanks for screwing me over. I appreciate it. I
You
hope
know-
your week was better. How have you been?
I've actually been in kind of a slump.
Okay.
And so, as a way to try to get myself out of that slump, I sat down for 20 minutes. For all those who don't know this, I'm also a designer. And I sat down and created myself a game sheet with a point system for weekly things that I need to do. Like, I get 10 points for mowing the lawn.
Okay.
Or I get, an extra 5 points every time I take my daily vitamins.
What about the Gold Star system? Did you review the Gold Star system, or
I
it
didn't.
wasn't sufficient enough for your needs?
No, I went with more of an old D&D feel.
Okay, see, I don't know much about
where
D&D.
we have level
I didn't
25.
wear capes in high school and hang out in dark rooms, so I'm not familiar with D&D.
Well, you know what? I didn't either until I got to college.
Oh, okay.
I did wear kind of gothy face paint and long black jackets and just run around Everett.
Nice.
On my weekends with
Did
my
you
buddy
only
Steve.
listen to The Cure and cry a lot?
No, I listened to Eminem and ICP.
Oh, Insane Clown Posse for sure. For sure, I like it.
Anyway, on this week's episode of The Comic Shop...
What do we got coming up? Hit me with it.
Alright, we're talking about our top 5 supervillains.
Nice.
And social statements in comics.
Well, the top 5 villains is very appropriate. We did talk about our 5
heroes
last week, so we got to balance it out. We got the good, the bad. The dark and the light. So bring it.
All right, my number 5 is Shredder.
Oh, the Shredder. Great choice.
From Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Very cool, very cool.
You know, every day when I was gone in kindergarten, my mom would sit down and, God bless her heart, she would videotape the episodes that would play on TV while I was at school. And then I would come home, get a bowl of cereal in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bowl.
Nice.
From like the Krispy Kreme, Crispy Crisp cereal boxes that it came in. And I would just sit there and watch it.
That's great parenting right there. My mom was not nearly that dedicated. I had to just catch it on reruns or watch it when I could around school.
All right.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Who's your number 5?
Number 5, hailing from the Marvel Universe, Mr. Venom. Great villain, tangles with Spidey numerous over the years, introduced in the 80s. Same powers, same kind of look and style, but it's fun because he doesn't trigger his spider sense, and because of the symbiote was attached to Peter Parker, now Eddie Brock knows all of Peter Parker's secrets and a lot of things about him, and it just makes for very interesting clashes between the two over the years.
Yeah, but can't you beat him up with music?
Depends.
You can kill him with death metal.
I don't know if death metal would do it, but a very large, loud, concentrated, high-pitched volume sort of sounds is what would break. That's how Peter got the symbiote off of him.
So like ghetto blasters.
I think the symbiote is stronger than terrible modern rap, but if you really brought it with like some Slayer or some sweet Megadeth, maybe you could that could work as well. Peter used a clock tower in the comics to break the symbiote from himself. But yeah, Venom, number 5. Who's your number 4?
Violator from Spawn.
Nice.
I don't have claurophobia, but there's just something about this clown that, bothers me on an internal level. And I think that's probably why he's one of my favorites.
Well, I think it's pretty awesome that he was able to find a second career for himself after Spawn on the Drew Carey show. As like
Mimi?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with that?
The name change was kind of interesting. I didn't feel it. But Mimi sounds better, in Cleveland than the Violator, but that was really cool. So good.
Oh, okay.
Good. That was nice.
Who do you got?
Number 4, Dr. Otto Octavius, Doc Ock for short. I love his look, the 4 metallic arms. There's a lot he can do. He's a very formidable opponent.
Seems like a very hands-on guy.
Always very handsy.
Never take that guy on a date.
No.
All over ya.
I tried it and it didn't end well.
I wonder if he gets
Didn't even
offended.
pick up
Did he order the calamari?
He did.
That's like cannibalism.
Yeah. It's not cool. Not cool.
All right. Anyway,
Who's
number 3 is Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Killer
Awesome.
of the Man of
The
Steel.
Man of Steel, yeah.
Oh. For a guy who's basically indestructible, you cannot have a better supervillain. And,
He's got a cool look, too. Very cool.
Kind of like just rocks coming out of his skin. And
yeah, kind of like Mickey Rourke in the late 90s. It's kind of awkward.
Very black and white.
Yeah.
Monochromatic.
Well, I think a great, on the ING website where they have like the top 100 villains of all time, someone had a great post about the list. I think Doomsday was like 56 or something, and someone's comment was like, how can Doomsday be number 56? ... He killed the Man of Steel in all caps. So, great point.
Yeah,
great point.
Excellent point.
My number 3, man, we'll be seeing soon on the silver screen, Magneto.
Master of Magnetism.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Lyncher.
Just a great villain with great depth because of his relationship with Charles and the fact that he survived a Holocaust camp, and that really forms his worldviews and why he's so militant, so black and white, and he's so anti-human.
He definitely kind of moved from the chosen people to all mutants should rule over everything.
Yeah, he's got a very it's us or them mentality. I've seen what humans are capable of. There's many of them are scared of us. They're trying to destroy us or make us register or take away our powers, whatever that. We shouldn't have to do that. We should be proud of who we are. We're stronger. We're better. We're more advanced. And he goes about it in, very evil ways.
All right, we'll talk more about that in our metaphor section.
Definitely. Maybe with
later today. Ozymandias from the Watchmen.
Nice. Very good. Great villain.
A lot of people are going to argue with the fact that he started out as a hero, and and what exactly makes him a villain on my list are the same qualifications that basically makes him the guy who saved the world by sacrificing millions.
It's a great character to debate. We could do a whole show debating him and other characters from the Watchmen, because he kills millions to save billions. And where do you fall on that? Do the ends justify the means? What do you think?
Probably not. I think every person's life is invaluable and priceless. So that's definitely a bad thing, Mr. Ozymandias. Bad thing.
Just missed my top 5, but he was definitely in the mix. He's an honorable mention. I'll give him that.
Okay.
My number 2, one of the greatest villains of all time. We saw him a couple years back. The Joker from the DC universe. Great villain. Tangles with Batman time after time after time.
So good.
I never get old of watching Batman duke it out with the Joker.
Me
Never.
neither.
I feel like I don't even really have to say why the Joker's awesome. He just is. Read The Killing Joke, see The Dark Knight, all that stuff. Great stuff.
You know what? That's actually why he's my number 1.
There you go. Great minds think alike. He was right there on the edge of being my number 1, but he didn't quite make it.
Who actually made your top 1?
Well, and again, I would like to clarify. The list is not, most powerful. It's favorite. And my favorite villain is the Green Goblin, because my favorite hero is Spider-Man, and the relationship there is fantastic. Great storytelling with him being Norman Osborn and knowing Peter's secret identity. He's the villain that pushes Spider-Man the most, I think, and he kills Gwen Stacy.
Now I have to ask you, which version of the Green Goblin is your favorite?
Oh, definitely Norman Osborn. I mean, Harry Osborn later becomes Green Goblin. And
well, I was actually asking more like, if you take a look at like the Shattered Dimensions video game, you have like 4 different versions of, you have like
Ultimate Goblin,
like the 2099 Ultimate Goblin,
gotcha.
Or even the newest version from the Ultimate Spider-Man released, where he doesn't even look like the Green Goblin.
You mean in the films or the Ultimate Comics?
In the comic.
Yeah, in the Ultimate Comics, they definitely went a different route with him. He, instead of like wearing a costume and having powers, he actually transforms into a large goblin-esque creature, which I was okay with for the Ultimate Universe. They're doing a reimagination of it, so that makes sense. I still prefer the traditional Marvel continuity style Goblin, Norman Osborn. That's my favorite, but I do like what they did with the Ultimate Goblin. I thought that was good. It was good stuff.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. I'm going to go Red Skull, Captain America's classic villain. The Kingpin, who started off as a Spidey villain, but actually became more of a Daredevil's classic arch nemesis later on. I like Galactus from the Fantastic Four stories. Bane, also from DC, Batman's villain. Clayface, who scared the crap out of me on the animated series. No joke.
You know, that's really scared me. That's really funny, because one of my honorable mentions is actually Shithead, the wanted version of Clayface.
Awesome. Just a couple others. Doomsday was an honorable mention. Lex Luthor and Mystique were some of my other honorable mentions. How about you? What do you got?
Onslaught.
Nice.
And Juggernaut.
Oh, the Juggernaut is a fun character, isn't he?
Oh, I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch. I'm glad they put that in that movie. I like his look and his powers, and he's just fun. I like him. So.
Well, anyway, our next segment, we're going to be talking about social statements in comics, and that's right after the show. Inside the system. Cuts. The connection. Inside the system. Cuts. The connection. Cuts. The connection. Cuts. The connection. Cuts. The connection.